So we sent Clark to Las Vegas to the Star Trek convention, and I'm starting to wonder if it was worth it. Like, we spent money for Clark to fly to Vegas. I told him I wasn't going to pay for his food. I paid for his food. Everything. It was 100%.
I told you I wasn't hungry.
That's a whole other thing. We won't get into that today.
No, I want to get into that, but
okay, we can't at the end.
But when it's my turn, I will.
Yeah. Well, let's do this,
and then I'll piggyback off of it.
Yeah. I went through all the footage.
Okay.
And this is the only thing we got out of spending, let's say, $750. I think it was probably more than that, but let's just say.
So y'all are going in here, but I'm going where?
Wherever you want.
Okay, cool.
I would just stay in this whole vendor area. You don't have to go back to like that stage area we were at.
Okay.
There's nothing for you here.
Sure.
So yeah, we'll be in most.
Why are you showing me your crotch and ass?
I thought you wanted it. Mike said we wanted views.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was all the footage from Star Trek Las Vegas. Did you forget to push record, Clark? Is that what happened?
No, dude, you definitely got more footage than that. You definitely got more than
That's
that.
That's it.
You have more than that.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
No, you lie.
We scrubbed everything.
You lie again.
These views are not worth $750.
Okay,
No.
so already.
Oh no, I would agree with that.
Okay, already it doesn't look good for Clark.
I've got it.
I've got it.
I've got it. I know I've got it.
Oh no! All right, we got some more here. Let's go.
All right.
This is the first interview.
Hello, Dallas. This is Clark, and I'm with Greg and Bill. So, real quick, number one, what are your characters here? Just give me
Captain Kirk.
Okay.
And Spock from the original series.
Good deal. So, if you could take Top Gun and you're going to replace Maverick and Iceman with Kirk and Picard, who plays who in that scenario?
Well, Iceman is definitely the jerk and the more rule follower. So I would have to say that Iceman would be Picard.
And Maverick would be Kirk.
Exactly.
Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yes, and by rule follower, I think he means stick up his, Yeah. I mean, the original series happens a couple hundred years before Picard. And so Kirk is one of the pioneers, a little more freewheeling than Picard.
So you would say that Kirk laid the foundation for Picard.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
So essentially they came out with corporate guidelines because Kirk was kind of a loose cannon.
Yes. He definitely, HR was on his ass. He had a file.
What would be in that file?
Do we really want to get into that?
Yeah, we're not
It's
admitting
currently-
anything.
Those cases are sealed.
Now, I got to ask, what do we have here, gentlemen?
That is a small version of the Doomsday Machine from the TOS, the original series episode, The Doomsday Machine.
Okay, so we have here the Doomsday Machine, or just a little piece of it, or a replica, or a small replica.
Well,
It's miles long in the original, so
this
is a compact
It's the domesticated version.
So, did you have to check that on the airplane,
I
or?
drove here from Phoenix, so
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Deal.
So.
All right, that was interview number 1. Let's go to Spider.
I like it. I thought it was good.
Okay, Eric.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I thought he did a pretty good job on that one.
Good question.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I want to say about this before, this is going to go in his final score. Clark had a videotape himself.
Yes.
Okay.
So he had
that makes sense then.
one hand trying to pay attention to, the video. Then he had another hand with the microphone. And then he's also has to carry on the conversation, think of questions and all that kind of stuff. Keep that in mind when you do the score. So I would say this was the first interview he did. It was a little shaky. The video was a little shaky, but given all that you had to do, I thought it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you said that though, because I thought you were taking that video, and I was like, man, your camera work is trash, dog.
No. All right, here's interview number 2.
Alrighty, what's your name, sir?
Fred Evans.
Fred Evans. And so tell me, who are you dressed as?
I am dressed as Geordi LaForge from Next Generation.
Bear with me here. I'm not a fan of Star Trek. Not that I'm a hater of Star Trek, but I'm not a fan. But I just need to know, what are some things I should never say to a Star Trek fan?
I do not know. Don't say that your costume's bad. Costume's bad.
I would never say that about you.
Okay.
I mean, it's my costume, okay?
Your costume, you look fabulous.
Was there ever a Star Trek character that wore a suit ever?
Probably in the original, they came back to Earth a lot. So yes, there were suits in Star Trek.
If you were starting a rock band, who do you want as your lead singer? Do you want Captain Kirk or Picard?
I would want Jean-Luc Picard
And why is that?
because he is an accomplished actor and he has a great voice.
We got a presidential election coming up here in 2024.
Yes.
If you were to have one of them run for president, who would you have, Picard or Kirk?
Definitely Picard again, because he's a man of class act.
What if it was a ticket where it was Picard and Kirk versus our current, whoever the political landscape, who are you voting for?
I'm always voting for Star Trek.
Okay.
So, because they want a utopia type of government in existence and reduce the acclamation of for money. So it would be a great society.
Spider, what do you think?
It was good.
I thought your camera work was pretty on point.
Yeah, it was better this time.
Good deal.
All right, interview number 3.
Hi guys, Clark here again. I am with
Francine, Rhonda.
Francine and Rhonda. Okay, I saw your costumes walk by and I had to ask. All right, what was the inspiration for it?
Oh, Star Trek Discovery, Disco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's for disco is for Discovery.
Yes.
Because see, I was thinking it was for disco, and I'm a big fan of disco. And I came over here to ask, was there in fact a disco on the Enterprise?
Oh, no, there wasn't. There was 10 Forward, but it was more of a nightclub sort of thing.
Since y'all are in kind of this disco attire, who's the biggest rock star on Star Trek? Who would you want front your rock band? Captain Kirk or Picard?
Oh, Kirk, for sure. He's a performer.
Explain your reasoning.
His personality. He's got a huge personality, and he can't sing, so that's awesome.
Okay. Who is the greatest villain in the Star Trek universe?
In my opinion, it is Louise Fletcher as Kai Wen on Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
She's terrifying.
Oh, I would probably go with the Borg, just because they were unrelenting, constant, and you were assimilated or you were assimilated.
Right.
And so all your creativity, individuality, all that went away.
Eric, what'd you think of that?
Yeah, I would give it. I mean, yeah, I did. I think it was a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
The camera work went back downhill.
Yeah.
But I like the interview style, though.
Yeah.
Like you're coming in there having genuine questions because you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Right. Now, please explain your costume because we might be getting in trouble here with this one.
This is a new recruit of the Starfleet Stormtrooper Division of the Federation.
Excellent. Sure, there's not an Empire in there somewhere?
Ooh.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
This actually kind of lends credence to a question I've always asked or been wanting to ask. But is there any villain in the Star Trek universe that could even rival Darth Vader?
Not that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
I'm just here to clear all the droids and clear out the board.
Okay. That's good. So would you say that a Stormtrooper would have a sharper sense of shot or a looser sense of shot when it comes to being in the Star Trek universe versus the Star Wars universe?
Look, pal, I lost my job with the Empire.
Okay.
I was unemployed for 8 months after they blew up the second Death Star. I mean, I was completely screwed. I have 7 kids, 1 divorced wife and a wife. I had to do something, so I signed up with Starfleet, and they were just opening up the new division.
Did you apply to like a late night commercial that's saying like, hey, what are you doing right now? Why don't you get off your butt and do something with your life?
Guy, I was selling bubble gum on the street corner. I was trying to make ends meet.
Okay.
And it is tough out there.
It is tough out there.
So I figured this is a great opportunity. And, it houses me, my family, feeds us. And we look out for, Empire, Federation. We're user-friendly all the way around.
Gotcha. Same sort of ideologies, right?
Well, let's just say I had to wipe that slate clean.
All right, so much to unpack there, and it's not even the interview.
No, I didn't listen to anything you said in that one at all.
That's why if you haven't
I have to know what's going on with the scooter lady.
Oh, there's so much stuff in the back. And by the way, if you can see Eric in a couple of these interview clips. That's not the only one. A lot of stuff to unpack. And that's why I'm saying I think he wasn't always focusing. I think he knew what he was doing.
I was gonna say the camera work at the very beginning. I was like, "Ooh, this is really bad."
Yeah, but then you saw what he was focusing
and then
on.
as it went on, I was, "Oh, this is actually really good." and then I wasn't paying attention to the interview at all.
No, at all. And I'm like, what's on her face? What's on her hands?
All right, and this is his final interview. So that's the other thing. You got to keep that in mind. So Eric and I are gone for 45 minutes. We go back and we find Clark. And I said, Clark, how many interviews you do? I'm thinking maybe 10, 12 at this point. He goes, dude, I only got 3. I said, 3? It was 3 at the time. Okay. That was the 4th one right there.
Okay.
And I'm like, 3? He's like, yeah, dude. it's hard to find anybody where he's in a hallway and filled with people.
And there's literally people like wearing different costumes, like just walking right by him. And he's looking over them and around them like, well, who? And I'm like, look, this guy right here. He's blue, has tentacles on his head. Talk to him.
Yes.
And that's who's next.
What or who are you?
I'm an Andorian.
So what exactly is an Andorian?
Yes. So they are from an ice planet.
Okay.
And they've shown up throughout the years just as small characters, and then they've kind of grown into...
Are they friend or foe?
Depends on the season.
Okay. All right.
They're always kind of been more of a friend.
So you have to pick Picard and Kirk. One is Iceman and one is Maverick. Who is who?
Oh, who is that Rudolph?
Picard is would probably more Iceman.
And so making Kirk Maverick.
Yes.
That seems to be the general consensus among everybody here. So Kirk is kind of like the Maverick, no pun intended, and then Picard's more, textbook guy.
Yes.
Now,
more cocky.
What would you say is the number one controversy among Star Trek fans right now?
That's a tough question, really.
Because
with the newer series, some of them feel that they're too far off the thing, but I think like Strange New Worlds with the newest one goes back more to the original series.
Okay.
The way they tackle the current events
I'm
and
mad
social context.
mad dog by that guy.
If anything, sorry, I'm gonna come over this way. Now, you feel like Star Trek kind of gets an unfair rap sometimes?
No.
If you had a ticket of Picard slash Kirk versus whoever they throw out there in November 24th, who are you voting for?
Shran. He's the Andorian.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
That was his final interview. How do you think it went?
That was great.
Was it worth the money? I don't know personally, but I do say that he did a good job for what we had. Final scores. Spider, seeing everything for the first time. What do you think?
I think it's a good investment.
Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, based off of the interviews, I would say, I think it was a pretty good investment.
Yeah, I got to hand it to Clark. When you give him a task and you give him some time to prep it, he does a good job.
Thank you.